So I have been studying animatronics for almost a year now. I released a part one, a 90-minute thing on Disney's animatronics that covered everything right up until the computer, so around 1967 to 1971, all the animatronics up to that point. And now, for the past however long, since that video was released, I've been doing part two, which mainly focuses on the living animatronics, the ones that can see you and move. But I do track the history a little further into the 70s and 80s, and I finally reached the point where Chuck E. Cheese comes into frame. And so trying to become really dedicated to my script and my work on the main channel, I went down some Chuck E. Cheese rabbit holes just because it's just right there. And so I did a video for the Patreon where I ranked all of the Chuck E. Cheese characters and put them into different categories depending on their musical talent and their perceived value to my pizza organization. But I also wanted to do something free and public for the non-Patreon people. And as I was researching, I kept seeing this helicopter thing. Do you remember this Chuck E. Cheese helicopter thing? It seems like the main attraction of Chuck E. Cheese, outside of the tubes and the animatronics. I distinctly remember it constantly appearing in commercials, just again and again and again. And so I really wanted to see what I could find. It's one of two things. Either there's going to be a full, dedicated, detailed history of this kiddie ride on some fan site, or there will be nothing at all. So let's dive in and see which one it is. So there's all these different coin-operated rides. They're called kiddie rides, although that seems like a very broad category. It's just the types of stuff you see in the malls. You put a coin in, and it moves forward and backwards or up and down, and I really got to focus here or else I'm going to get really into kiddie rides because there's like spaceships and, different helicopters. But the one at Chuck E. Cheese is weird because it goes right up to the ceiling. So it feels like it's either made for Chuck E. Cheese or made to be indoors. This is not like a mall type thing. It goes right up to the ceiling. It has the big colors and you pedal, and that's all I really know about it. And I'm also worried that's all there is to know about it. But let's see what we can find. We're gonna type in helicopter Chuck E. Cheese and then the word that makes the internet work, Reddit. Anybody remember these flying bicycle rides in Chuck E. Cheese? I do. That's me. I remember the commercials with it. I remember the one in my local Chuck E. Cheese growing up got taken down because it had a lot of mechanical problems. Once the firefighters had to be called because a girl got stuck up at the top. I think I could get a girl down from there. I don't think you even need the fire department. The ceiling isn't that high. This is odd. Somebody says, does anybody remember these flying bicycle rides in Chuck E. Cheese? And then somebody else says, no, but I remember the helicopter. Is this not the helicopter? Now I'm worried that it's actually not called the helicopter, and it's called something else. Here's a BuzzFeed article. 12 things Chuck E. Cheese has had back in the day that you totally forgot about but will remember. This is definitely a BuzzFeed article. The spider stomping game, the ticket muncher, the pizza. Okay, these are easy. Here we go, the helicopter ride. Oh, it's from the Chuck E. Cheese Twitter account. Throwback Thursday to when we made a human-powered helicopter first. They say, Throwback Thursday to when we made a human-powered helicopter first, and then Chuck E. Cheese at someone named Kaylee B. Nicole. Who is this? It doesn't exist. So this is either one of two things. Either this is a video from a suspended account, this account posted a video of another human-powered helicopter, or they posted a video of the Chuck E. Cheese helicopter being built, which would be exactly what I'm looking for. Somebody said yuck, and then another person named Baba said, I have a complaint. I guess about Chuck E. Cheese, not about the helicopter. Okay, wait. Somebody says Charles Cheese. Dead end number one. Next up, this is an auction. Oh wow, there's like a photo of it in like a nowhere space. Oh wait, no, it's like a barn. Manufacturer Memo Park UK. Memo Park is a kiddie rides manufacturer. Okay, so Memo Park owes its name to the union of two terms, memory and park, precisely because it evokes the call to the past, to memory, to the lightness of the game, and to the eternal child within us, immersed in fantasy and fun. In the United States, it has long since entered into a partnership with Chuck E. Cheese, the chain of fun and food centers for families to which it has sold over 2,000 games and is present with a parts and service. Parts and service. Chuck E. Cheese. The most ridden ride for Chuck E. is Tic Tac. Oh no. Yes, okay, this is the Tic Tac clock. This one has a full history page, and I think the reason is because apparently it's the most ridden ride, but specifically because people keep breaking it. Oh my gosh, this guy just jets out of there immediately. Do you see how that one made it all the way down to the 3? Oh wow, look at this. Look at all these. I'm into this. I'm into this. I can't get into this. I have to work on the real video. Okay, there's the Tic Tac. Oh, there it is. It's beautiful. Look at this beautiful photo. It's the Pythagoric. The Pythagoric. What does that mean? In English, please. Italian to English. It means Pythagorean. Why is that the name? If you look at the other rides, they're all called normal things. Mushroom Carousel, Tree Carousel, Geronimo's Horse, Indian Motorcycle, Camel. What? Camel? That's awesome. That's awesome. Giraffe. That's awesome. But that's the... Oh, I'm looking... Is there a single one of these that is... Okay, the Crazy Balloon Ride is clearly the same company that did Pythagoric. But Pythagoric. Pizza Spinner. That's awesome. I'm gonna get so into this. I can tell. This is capturing me in a really big way. Nautilus U-boat. It's like from the movie Cars, but it's like a military submarine? Like a U-boat? No, it can't be a U-boat. The cars were at D-Day? That's not a... Is that... What? What is this? What happens if I put a coin in this?
Holy cow, it's the whole enemy fleet!
My whole squadron.
Peppa Plane, Peppa Pig, Peppa Pig Seesaw. I want one single of these. One single ride to have even a weird name or an unrelated name or something, but they're all like Ladybug, Willie's Jeep, Galaxy Explorer. That's a intense one. Oh, look, there's an adult man in this one. Okay, that's more of like a carnival ride. That's like, you wouldn't see that at the mall. Monsters, cool, that's cool. Wow. Oh, look, it looks like I got big guns when I ride that one. I'm loving this. They did Tic Tac. It's the only one that has a dedicated page, it looks like. Indie Rider has a page. It's a big Jeep coin-operated Not much is known about this ride since there's not a lot of YouTube videos. The ride was first discovered by... Oh my god, there's a community. I can't do this. I gotta focus. I just want a single one to be named anything weird. But no. Pythagoric. Here it is. Is this where that image comes from, probably? Because it doesn't give us a ton more info. We get its exact weight. Pythagorico. And this says ergonomic. Like my chair? The Rocket Interactive looks insane. That thing looks like it would just... It looks like it's something that astronauts train on. Okay, so then there's the Deltafly ergonomic, and that looks familiar too. Was that a Chuck E. Cheese? Oh my gosh, it's like they filmed a kid. It's like showing you how it should work. And it's beautiful, and it's framed better than anything at Chuck E. Cheese. And then, okay, so she stops pedaling and it goes down. So she's going to go to the bottom and she's going to do one more pedal up. That's my prediction. Yep. This is perfect. Do they have one of these for Pythagorico? Nope. No bike. Wow, they really do have everything, so much for everything except for what we need. If only I was studying the Apollo. This is gonna be my white whale. Okay, so these are, what are these called? These are kiddie fly rides. I love the photos. The photos are so nice and they're so colorful and at such a nice angle. I wish they had made like baseball cards with these on them. Pythagorico. Why is it named that? Okay, so if you look up Pythagorico, things do come up, but it's just this picture 3 more times. Okay, but there's a... I'm on Italian wiki. How do I make this right? Copernicus? Pythagorean. Okay, so it is like the Pythagorean theorem. Yes, it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Pythagoras. Did Pythagoras design a helicopter? No. See, this is why Defunctland videos take so long, because if I was actually making this a real video, I would have started in 580 BC, and I would have had to find every little dot that connects us all the way back to Chuck E. Cheese. I saw an image of Pythagoras holding a triangle, and I was like, there it is! And I was like, wait, no, the triangle is his. I'm looking for a helicopter. Because I know Leonardo da Vinci made a helicopter. If it was named the Da Vinci, I would understand. SB Machines provides sales and service throughout the UK and Ireland for Italian coin-operated children's rides. So is this a broker? These men look very serious. They don't mess around. We stock a large range of rides so you can be assured of independent, unbiased advice when it comes to choosing equipment from your business. Don't buy directly from Memo Park. They're gonna take you on a ride. They're gonna tell you everything. They're gonna promise you the stars. You buy Memo Park rides from us. We don't have a bias. We don't have skin in that game. Never buy directly from Memo Park, or they're gonna tell you that your Pizza Palace needs the rocket or the crazy balloons. I promise you can go with the old locomotive or the Eli Pythagoric. Pythagoric. So no information. Great. SB Machines. They're like a broker. Pythagoras is Greek. Pythagoras is not Italian. You Italians ever eat Chuck E. Cheese pizza? This is 0 upvotes. I am 29. I remember growing up with Chuck E. Cheese in the late 90s. I know the pizza was garbage, but I never said no to a slice. I haven't had one since. I imagine it's much worse now. But are those hardcore Italians here who remember American 90s pizza joints? It's made by an Italian. Chuck E. Cheese never was a thing in Italy, so no. And even if it was, it would have failed just like Domino's did. This is a sub about actual Italians, not Americans. Here we are people born and are grown in Italy, not Americans, with 0.0032% of Italian ancestry. Yeah, well, did you know that your economy is based on making Chuck E. Cheese kiddie rides? So I wouldn't get so eugenicsy in the Reddit comments here, guys. They're putting screens in this stuff now? Oh my gosh. They're cooked. Oh my gosh. So they have a new one. This is the Chucky's Glider Rider. And the new Chucky, the weird Chucky, the one that the size of an actual mouse, is now huge and riding on the glider. That's the Delta Fly. See, I understand Delta Fly because Delta is a triangle, right? The Delta logo is a triangle. Yeah, so that makes sense. The Delta is a symbol. The symbol Delta is a triangle. This is a triangle. Even if that's not the correct reason, it's at least a possible reason. You know? Okay, here's another one with a weird name. Okay, what's cavallo? Is cavallo a horse in Italian? How to say horse in Italian. Cavallo, yes. Context clues. I'm still with it. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, here's interactive toys. There it is. It says fly. Oh my gosh. It's a typo. Is it a typo? It's not Eli, it's fly. Am I an idiot? Should I have known that from the beginning? On every other, am I crazy? On every other site, it was Eli. Eli Pythagorico. Yes, it's on every site. It says Eli Pythagorico. Eli Pythagorico. Is that just a typo and it's supposed to be fly? Oh, that could be huge. Okay. Think. Okay, so Pythagorico. The Pythagorean. Okay, so like I think it is. Okay, so here's my next question. Did he like experiment with colors? Because what about this is the triangle? Like what is there? There are no triangles on this ride. What did Pythagoras do with colors? Oh, there it is. Pythagoras, Part 4, the music of the spheres and the significant elements. Armed with the work of Sir James Jeans and Helmholtz, the study of music where emerges from the significant... Okay, I don't know what any of this means. I just see things that... I was like, I found it, and it's just like, oh, I found something that kind of looks like the top of the helicopter. And I'm like, oh, of course! Pythagoras was known for figuring out... And then I'm just like, that looks like the top of the helicopter. Okay. I feel like this is it, because if you type in Pythagoras circles, I wonder if you did anything with circles, but no. The Pythagorean theory of music and color. What was his theory on music and color? That it would sell more pizza? That it would book more birthday parties? What was his theory? The Pythagoreans. What are the Pythagoreans? Since they held the harmony, I don't have time for this. Is that why? Is it because I found an image that looks like, does that not look like the top of it to you? Like here in America, you know, you say Pythagorean, I say theorem, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. You tell me about the mitochondria, I say it's the powerhouse of the cell. If you added any context or gave me anything else that that thing could do, I don't believe you. All I know is it's a singular use thing. And so maybe Pythagoras had other theories. Maybe he had this color theory, and over there in Italy, they're like, oh yeah, Pythagoras did this as well. Okay, this comes directly from Memo Park. Like, I found a memopark.r. This is Russian Memo Park. In Russian Memo Park, they have this ride as well, also called Eli Pythagorico. The thought that it's a typo if it's on the official site. Is it not Eli, but maybe it's Eli in terms of elevation? Why would it be called Eli Pythagorico? Why? Why is it the only one that's called that? Well, the Pythagorean astronomical system, positing that the Earth, Moon, Sun, and planets revolve around an unseen central fire, i.e. the child in the chair. This looks like the ride a little bit, kinda, not really. Is it just more well known in Italy? And that they just named it that? I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, what if we're looking up the completely right thing? Let's do Greek to English. What does Eli mean in Greek? It means nothing. Well, I'm giving up because I have to go back to work on the main channel content. I have to go back to work, and I'm really having a great time working on Disney's Living Characters, which is the part 2 to the animatronics video. So I have to just go back and work on that. And as tempting as it is to continue to search for this forever, I know that everyone out there will have opinions too. So it's kind of a cop-out. It's kind of it seems like I'm giving up, but I'm saying to you, do you know what Eli Pythagoric means? Eli Pythagorico? If you know what that means, please let me know. If you want to support the main channel content, check out the Patreon. We just did a long video of me ranking the Chuck E. Cheese characters, which was a lot of fun. So if you want to check that out, join our Patreon. And the main channel should be updated with part 2 of animatronics in the next few months. Thank you all for your patience. Have a great day. Hi again. It's a week later. I didn't mention this before, but we did put in a richiesta informazioni, which is a request for information for those non-Italian viewers, to Memo Park, asking them why that it's called Eli Pythagorico, and they responded after a week, amazingly, and they CC'd what I assume is their entire staff. So I'm worried that we might have shut down operations while they passed this up the ladder to figure out why this was named that. So if you notice that the GDP of Italy dropped this week, that might be why. We appreciate Memo Park for for taking the time to respond to this. It's so nice of them. To clear up the mystery, I was half right. This was their response. Thank you for the inquiry. This game is going up and down, recalling a kind of helicopter, in Italian, elicottero. And I should have looked up what helicopter was in Italian, although I think it's because I gave up earlier and just didn't think it was a helicopter at all. And then the other part of it is that it goes around in a circle, recalling the Pythagorean wheel, which I think is the Pythagorean spiral. It's colorful, and we kind of looked at stuff that looked like this. So mixing the two and putting a bit of fantasy, it's Eli Pythagorico. There you go. So thank you, Memo Park. I appreciate it. Okay, this is the real end of the video now. Bye.